Hi, this is Lilith. These are the Great Thunder Deep Minis, and I'm here today to teach you what I do to paint them. We are using some floating medium to help thin out the paints because I use what I can afford, which right now is folk art paint, which is honestly one of the best craft paints there is. If you pause for free to get the color names, do my best to hold them up so you can see them. This is my first mini painting video, so hopefully it will be fun. I have to finish this whole set. Today we are only doing the Kitsune Fox, as the title screen said. We will be, what am I doing? I'm grabbing the white so we can do some shadows and some highlights, etc. Which is hard to do in day 1. I'll be finishing them up in day 2. Alright. So we chose 2 reds, a pink, a white, and some floating. Later you'll see me grab a black that I don't put back to the camera. So right now I am really going with the white. I'm basing out the eyes, trying to, I guess, start that glowy effect, which is the best way that I've found in research training to get the glowy effects is to start with the white, and then do like a thin layer of your color on top, which you will see in the next few clips working on doing that thin layer of pink on top. As soon as I get the white kind of thinned out and where I want to get that glowy effect. And you'll learn more about the glowy effect as I go into the actual fluid. So she is holding the sphere, which you saw in the beginning. We already based white, so that way we can really work on that glow effect and even paint. Alright, here we are. We're mixing up some pink because I want my Kitsune to have glowing pink eyes. You don't really see pink as a glow very often, so I do want to do something a little different. So I'm hoping that I can get a hold of some pink glow-in-the-dark paint. If not, we'll make the Kitsune sphere, the Druid's sphere blue. But that's for a later video. So I'm just slowly building up my layers here, working on getting everything together. So you stop, kind of look at it, realize I'm going to switch brushes. I think, yeah, here we're going into the body. So I grab some red, mix it with some of that floating medium, and I start on the body. This is just a base coat for the entire figure. I wanted a kind of medium toned red. You see I'm working with kind of a smaller pointed brush here. That's just because this figure is very small. It's got more detailed fur. Not like the tail beside of it where it's more bushy and bigger details on the tail. The fur on the fox itself is very, very small detail. So I'm just basic coating it, getting it all that gray primer covered. The primer I use is a spray primer by Rust-Oleum. It works really well, stays nice and tacky. Trying to get that nose is difficult, but I love these minis. They're great. Thunder Deep Mini Company is amazing. He does great quality work. I have another mini that we'll be painting later that is just as highly detailed as this. We had some shipping issues actually with this one, which is why it took me so long to get this video out. But he is great customer service and full on willing to work with you, work with the post office to get you what you ordered. He's on Etsy, Facebook, Those are what I know. Me trying to decide what color I'm going to be using. I think for like the light undertone of the muzzle, which later on doesn't matter because I end up painting over it anyway, which you'll see. Because I don't like the light muzzle. Oh no, this is, okay, so wrong. This is where I'm trying to get my shadows. What you saw, I cut it out a little bit. I was trying to get a dark red, and it just was not dark enough to show up as a shadow, and it was just removing the paint underneath. So I got a mixed black, made a really, really nice dark red. I thinned it out with some of that floating medium and water. And now it's giving me a nice glaze, which is the best way, in my opinion, to make a glaze out of that, what most people in the hobby call cheap acrylic paint. I mean, it is cheap, but, you know, do what you need to do. Me pushing the cat out of the way. I have 3 cats, so don't be surprised if I, you know, have to clean up cat hair at some point. This is where we're doing the muzzle, and I figure out I don't like that color. And yes, I don't have a wet palette, and I feel free to pick up parchment paper, so I'm using a Ziploc bag. I just think it was too close to the eye color, which is why I was getting angry. You see me go back there with the pure pink, trying to make it darker. Because I wanted a nice light muzzle on it, but it just wasn't working. So, we changed it up. Go back into some of that dark wash. Kind of try and darken that color up some. Now I'm painting on the nose. And at some point I'll see me tip the model up and I line underneath the mouth as well. Just trying to get the tips of the ears done. After we get the tips of those ears done, I start working my way down the muzzle, just trying to deepen everything up, including his little paw pads, which you saw there. I'm just trying to get that wash in every little detail and crevice. Now we move on to the tail. So I'm taking a little bit of a deeper red for the tail, since most of this one that's attached to the fox is going to be in shadow. You'll see it's a little bit, I mean, similar color, but it's more of a shade of that color, which means it's a little darker. And I switched brushes here, because with the more 3D details, I didn't need that fine brush until I get to the wash later on, and I'll switch back to it. Same process as the fox. We're just gonna go around the whole thing with the base coat and then add in your shadows. I'm trying not to let any of the paint well up in any of those like crevices where I'm going to drop in some hard, deep shadows later on. And now I'm trying to mix up my shadow color, which I do this twice. I start with this color and then I mix up another color, which gets a little darker. I'm adding in some of that floating medium there, and then I'm just grabbing water on my brush and adding it until it gets to a consistency that I like. And on it goes. I'm trying to get it off the staff because the staff is going to be like a piece of bamboo, so it's going to be browns and greens, and I'm just trying to get as much of that red off as I could. And then here's where I'm not happy, so I pick up more black. I'm thinking maybe a different brush. Trying to get that shadow color right was very hard. And there's a large chunk of that missing. I just repeated that process and was building up my shadows. I brought up my light here so it makes it a little hard to see because it's getting hard for me to see, so I have to bring out the brighter light. Just trying to get that really dark color right in between each tail. And here I'm trying to add some brighter. As you can see, it's a lot brighter. I added some brighter red over top. It wasn't quite working, so afterward I had to add it. And that's it for the Kitsune Fox. I will see you next time.